The biggest mistake women are making is evaluating the guy instead of evaluating the relationship. Hear that again, ladies. You may have the most fantastic man on paper. Great job, good looking, takes you to nice restaurants, takes you to the south of France, whatever he does. But how's the relationship? Maybe this busy guy that has a great job that can afford to do this disappears for a week at a time, is not there when you're having a bad day to talk to support you, to make you feel validated. So once again, evaluate the relationship, do not evaluate the guy, and you are going to be in much happier relationships, much more successful, and ones that can last for a long time and not need to come to an end.
The biggest mistakes I see women make in dating is when you're dating a guy, what you're doing is, right, you're romanticizing all the little things that he does. Like, oh, he wouldn't introduce me to his friends or his family, or he wouldn't do this, or he wouldn't do this if he didn't really like me. And you know what they say? You know what women say? They're like, because if it was me and that was happening, then I would probably really like that person. But men don't operate the same way. And the hard part is what you're doing is you're trying to relate their feelings based on how you would feel because those things are happening. But for men, we see those things differently. We don't see bringing you around our friends, our family, doing little things for you as like, oh my God, us having to date you. Sometimes we really look at those things as things that we do to court you. And there's a big difference in the perspective that we both have towards those things.
You know what one of the biggest mistakes is we women make in the dating market, and we don't even realize? We choose the wrong partner. This is what happens. We meet a guy, he's charming, he's nice to us, he texts us, he calls us, he ticks all the right boxes. He has a job, and because we like him so much, we tend to oversee the red flags that are there from the very beginning. And did you know that over 50% of women are dissatisfied with their bodies? It's no wonder we end up with men who mistreat us. They just feed into our insecurities. But the most important reason why we women end up with the wrong partner is because we put so much emphasis on the potential that we think we see in that man. We project our own expectations onto that man. And then we try to change our man. We try to make him become this man that we see that he could be. But you can't change a man because you want him to change. What will happen is you will become an unhappy woman who will be nagging about the man you thought he was, but finally wasn't, for the rest of your relationship. And the only solution is to, when you meet a man, to change your attitude and to accept that what you see is what you get.
I feel like one of the biggest mistakes that women make when we're dating is not understanding the importance of having a roster. We don't understand what a roster is. We don't understand how to have an effective roster, and you're also not thinking like a man. So I'm going to illustrate to you what the problem is, and I want you to use your logic and reason to get where I'm coming from. When a man has a roster, this is when they are dating, they have not established exclusivity with anybody. A, B, and C, woman A, B, and C is getting 33.3% of their time. Everybody is getting a good morning text. Everybody is getting a good night text. Everybody is getting the same amount of time and energy and whatever else I can give you. Okay? That is an effective roster because I have not established who I want to be with yet. This is the problem with women. When we have a roster, Tyrone is getting 99.9% of our time. And then B, the backup plan, he'll get a text back every once in a while. But we're putting all of our eggs in the basket of Tyrone. And he's getting all of our time and attention. That is not having a roster. Because in your mind, you're hyper-focused on Tyrone and you're not able to give your energy to anybody else. And here is the kicker. Has Tyrone established that you're getting 99.9% of his time? And you are dating, you're not exclusive with Tyrone. And how do you leave room for anybody else when you're already giving somebody who's giving you 33.3% and 99.9% of your time? That is the problem. So then how can you combat that? Because, we like problems, but we also like solutions. You need to start dating other people and having an effective roster and getting to know all 3 people at the same time. So then that way you are not hyper focused on Tyrone. Okay? And it is harder said than done because I'm a very picky person. So it takes a lot for me to like somebody, to give them my time and energy. But you have to fight that. Okay? Go out with other people, even if you're not enjoying yourself or you're not having a good time and you're like waiting on Tyrone to text you back. At least your mind is somewhere else. You are exploring. You are leaving yourself open to possibilities, because you would never apply to one job and then sit and put all your eggs in a basket and just hope this job calls you. Because guess what? That one job has multiple applicants. Do you guys get do we get where this analogy is going? Tyrone is the job. He has multiple applicants who want him. So why would you sit there and apply to that one job and just sit here and wait? And just be hopeful that something comes out of it when there are a whole plethora of other jobs. Do you guys get where I'm coming from? So yes, build yourself an effective roster and it will save you so much pain and heartache.
Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the biggest mistake women make when they like a man. Okay, so I had to put the videos together so that you watch and learn. So I'm just here to share my true sense, like also what I think about today's video. Okay, so this is a mistake that can be completely relay the connection, and honestly I've seen it happen way too many times. So you have met a guy and you feel the butterflies. He checks most of your inboxes, maybe all of them, and you are excited about where this could go. I get it, I've been there, but this excitement often leads to what I call over investment. Let me explain what that looks like and why it's such a problem. One of the biggest mistakes women make when they like a man is over investing way too early. This means putting more energy, time, and effort into the relationship than he is doing far too soon. You start making him the center of your world, canceling plans with your friends, replying to his texts instantly, and basically doing everything to show him you are interested. Now, don't get me wrong, being interested is great, but there is a fine line between showing interest and losing yourself. When you start over investing, you are actually doing too many things. One, you're sending the messages that you don't have your own life going on, and two, you are subconsciously pressing him in a pedestal. What happens when you do this? It creates an imbalance. He doesn't have to work for your attention in the chase, which is part of the building a healthy attraction, and disappears. Remember, attraction thrives on a balance and mature effort. He needs to invest in you too. Overinvestment can also make you lose sight of your own worth. You become so focused on pleasing him that you start compromising your standard you need and your boundaries. Maybe you start accepting things that don't align with what you truly want because you're afraid of losing him. For example, if he's consistent with communication but you let it slide because you want to be the cool girl, you're training him that it's okay to treat you that way. Your standards go out of the window, and before you know it, you're accepting crumbs when you deserve the whole cake. Another part of this mistake is giving too much emotionally, physically, or even with your time before there is a real relationship foundation. I see this a lot in the early stages where women feel like if they give more, they'll win him over. But honestly, giving too much too soon can have the opposite effect. Thinking about it, when someone gives you everything upfront, you don't have to work for it and you don't appreciate it as much. It's human nature. You want to pace yourself and let things unfold naturally. Don't try to fast track the relationship by over giving it. It can make the connection feel forced rather than organic. And this leads to another major problem, losing your identity. When you're over investing, you start forgetting who you are, where before you met this guy. You stop focusing on your own goals, your own friends, and the things that makes you happy. You're putting all your eggs in one basket, and that basket is him. This is a dangerous place to be because if things don't work out and they might not, you feel completely lost. That's why it's so important to keep living your life, keep doing things that light you up. Okay, you are your own person. This is one thing we should remember. Everyone is their own person outside of this relationship, and that's what makes you attractive in the first place. Remember, he was drawn to the vision of you who was independent and thriving. So how do we avoid this? First, it's all about balance. Show interest, but make sure the effort is mature. Don't pour in more than he is giving you. If he gives not making time for you, don't chase him down. Let him come to you, and trust that if it's meant to be, he will stay up. Okay. Keep you. The next thing is you have to keep going, guys. Keep going with your own life. Everyone has their own life. If you meet someone, don't lose yourself. Okay. Even if they write you a text, reply after some time. Okay, reply after some time. This person, if he truly loves you, is not going to go. But this is the moment where you over invested in a relationship, and now you lose yourself. Once this person ghosts you, you start crying. You start are thinking, what have I done, and whatsoever, because you overdid it. This person maybe didn't have like plans to have a serious relationship with you. Maybe they had a situationship. They never saw a future in you. So first, take your time before you invest your feelings. This is why I'm always saying, use your brains, don't use your heart. Okay, use your brains first before you meet someone. Check them out. Are they fit for you? Don't compromise too much. If this person is not for you, like, it doesn't have the qualities of the person you're looking for, don't go for them. Okay, you have to go for your qualities. Okay, for your type of a man you want. Don't lower your standard, ladies, because this is a person who is available at the moment. No, we are not going to do that. In 2024, before it ends, we should know how to keep up with your standards. Okay, even if you find someone, yes, you can compromise, but not too much. If someone you feel like, this is not my standard, let go. Your person will come, and you're going to find that person. Okay, so yeah, that's what I think about today's video. I don't know what you think, you guys. Kindly leave comments in the comment section. Biggest mistake women make when they like a man. What mistake have you ever made? Have you ever made yourself? Okay, so let's get into it. We'll chat in the comment section. Bye bye.